Okay, English 2, we're ready for Chapter 21 vocabulary this week. Here is your first word, credible. His history of lying did not make him a credible witness. Credible simply means believable, and it is an adjective. Of course, in a court case, you would want a witness for your side to be credible so that the jury believes your side of the story. Your next word is cursory. The cursory proofreading of my paper led to many mistakes in my final draft. Cursory means done quickly and without attention to detail. Cursory can also translate to sloppy. So for instance, if you were sloppy in finishing a project, then you weren't detailed in how you needed to finish up all the different elements. If you cleaned up your room in a cursory manner, then you probably just shoved everything under the bed and in the closet. Cursory is an adjective, and again, it means done quickly and without attention to detail. Your next word is designate. The president designated the senator to the top post. Designate means to name to an office or duty or to appoint. It is a verb because you can do it. So when a president is elected, they have to designate a variety of people to the cabinet, like Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Education. And those people are not elected, they are designated by the president and then voted on by the Senate. Designate again means to name to an office or duty or to appoint. Your next word is deviate. The ship deviated from its course and crashed into the island. Deviate means to turn aside or stray as from a path, and it is a verb. So if you take a look at the picture that is on the slide right now, this is a picture of a cruise ship that was off the coast of Italy. And the yellow line is the actual route that the ship was supposed to be taking. But the captain of this cruise ship, he had a girlfriend on the island to the left, so you see Giglio Porto. His girlfriend lived on that island, and he wanted to show her his big, shiny, cool ship. So he deviated from the course and got super close to the island, and what did the ship hit? Of course, rocks. And so because he deviated, the ship listed, which means it flipped to the side, and it started to sink, and a bunch of people died. So deviate means when you have a path and you go off of that path. The next word is improvise. Jazz musicians will improvise from the printed music, making up the music as they go along. That should be your context clue there, because you see that improvise means to compose or perform without preparation, and it is a verb. You'll see this a lot as well for comedic actors. For instance, Will Ferrell is always doing improv. They'll often just give him an idea of what the scene is going to be about, but he doesn't really have a script. He kind of just comes up with things off of the cuff. If anybody has seen the movie The 40-Year-Old Virgin with Steve Carell, that funny scene where he's getting his chest waxed, they were like, look, Steve, we're going to be doing a chest waxing scene and we're going to kind of leave it up to you. So all those funny things that he yells out were not in the script. He improvised. And again, improvise means to compose or perform without preparation. Your next word is interim. Universities will hire a part-time president in the interim while they search for a permanent president. Interim means a period of time in between or in the meantime, and this word is a noun. So the interim between classes is when you guys are walking in the hallway. The interim between school years is summer vacation. So a lot of times also they used to call progress reports interims. I know when I was in school they'd say your interim report, which was the time in between receiving your report card. And again, interim means period of time in between or in the meantime. Your next word is latent. Some people have a latent infection that doesn't present itself until much later after the virus was first picked up. Latent means present but hidden or inactive, and is an adjective. So not to gross everybody out, but there are a lot of diseases, STIs included, that people can pick up along the way, and the symptoms do not start showing up for months or even years. That doesn't mean that the disease wasn't there, it was just latent. It was present, but it wasn't showing itself. Again, latent means present but hidden or inactive. Your next word is secular. Public schools are generally thought of as secular since religion is not taught directly in schools. Secular means not directly related to religion, and it is an adjective. So in this country, the government is not run by a religious organization. That's different from a place like Vatican City, which is the smallest country in the world, but it is a country that is completely run by a church, the Catholic Church. And the Pope Francis, is the head of Vatican City. So that is not a secular country. Again, secular means not directly related to religion. Your next word is shun. For people who shun the sun, you can now go to the beach with the facekini. It's a crazy looking picture. And shun means to keep away from or avoid consistently, and that's a verb. A lot of times you will see people who shun the sun wearing large sun hats. They're sitting under umbrellas. Maybe they wear cover-ups, so they wear like those, I guess they look like wetsuits almost, and they cover their arms and their legs. People who are shunned from a community, specifically if you've ever heard of the Amish, if someone does something that's kind of against their rules, the community will then shun that person and they will avoid them as much as possible. Shun again means to keep away from or avoid consistently. And your final word for this week is simulate. Crash test dummies simulate how humans would be hurt in car accidents. And simulate means to act or look like or imitate, and it is a verb. So the way crash test dummies are built is that their necks and their arms and their legs and all of their joints are created to move the way a real body would move if they were to be involved in a car accident. And that's to simulate the type of injury that they could receive from that car. And then the scientists who are kind of studying the car and the engineers then decide if any improvements need to be made on the car before they actually send it out to be sold to the public. Again, simulate means to act or look like or imitate. Okay, so those are your 10 words for the week. Please make sure you finish your worksheet, including your antonyms and your mental models or sentences. Those will be due first thing in class on Monday. Have a great weekend, guys, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye.